So if you've been wondering where I'm at, you're looking at it. This is what I've been doing. I have been playing Path of Exile 2 non-stop since it came out. This game has grabbed my attention like no other game ever has. I didn't play Starfield this much when it came out, and like just to put it into perspective, I'm recording this on Tuesday night. This game came out Friday, and I didn't really put any hours into it until Saturday morning. So from Saturday to Monday night, I have put around 41 hours into this game, which is very not healthy. This game is kind of ruining my life. That's pretty much why I haven't been uploading any videos. I just want to come out right and say it. This game to me, in its current state, early access, is easily a 9 out of 10. And I guess I just wanted to make this video just to talk about the game a little bit. I mean, stop being an asshole. So my biggest gripes with the game so far have just been, loot not dropping correctly. There's pretty much like no currency that drops. I mean, you can't really craft weapons, which was arguably like one of my favorite parts about Path of Exile 1 is being able to take a regular piece of gear and turn it into something just insane. So like currency hasn't been really dropping, rare bosses and even bosses themselves, like main bosses, they don't drop a lot of loot. Another thing is, being cornered by enemies and not being able to get out of that, and the maps being really big and kind of hard to traverse, it takes a while. Personally, part of me, sometimes I enjoy the map size and being able to explore that much and just decimate, enemies, like large groups of mobs. So those were my only gripes with it. And funny enough, I'm going to bed last night, Monday night, the first work day since this game came out, and I see patch notes already on Twitter from Grinding Gear Games fixing literally, not fixing, but definitely making improvements to every gripe I just mentioned. I'm talking about changes to the drop rates of currency. Get out, man. Changing how loot works with rare monsters. They decreased your player size a little bit so you're able to squeak through sometimes, and you can even push around the tinier mobs like those beetles and stuff like that. And also they added now where waypoints, you can actually travel in between checkpoints. Not waypoints, checkpoints, like the temple looking things that get set on fire when you discover them. I just wanted to praise Grinding Gear Games for a minute and just say thank you. This game is it's honestly probably a game I will play consistently for the next 5 years at least. That's how much I love this game so far. Just a word of warning though, do not go to the Path of Exile 1 subreddit. It's very toxic at the moment, and I think that all feedback is a good thing, especially for something in early access like Path of Exile 2. But I'm really hoping that Grinding Gear Games doesn't listen to this small minority of Path of Exile 1 veterans. I feel like there's a handful, and when I mean a handful, I mean 5,000 to 10,000 people on that subreddit who are nitpicking every aspect of the game. And I think that's because they expected it to be Path of Exile 1 but with better graphics. I don't know if you guys have seen any Path of Exile 1 gameplay, but usually if you see that high tier gameplay, it's usually just a guy teleporting around the map, clicking one button and wiping every monster, and then you can't even see your screen anymore because of the amount of loot on screen. And that is not what Path of Exile 2 is at all. It's way slower. I mean, it's way more challenging. In my opinion, it's way more challenging, which I like. I mean, you still get, some big loot drops every now and then, but it's nothing like Path of Exile 1. And I'm not bashing Path of Exile 1 at all, by the way. I really, really enjoyed that game. And actually, this game has made me want to return to that, just to see, what it compares to, because it's been over a year since I played Path of Exile 1, and the only reason I quit playing it was because in my mind, I was like, oh, the second one's coming out, so they're probably going to stop supporting the first one, which I found out is not true. I guess they're going to keep supporting the first one, which is great. I think that's a great thing. I just hope that they don't get too spread thin, and instead of focusing on one thing, they're trying to focus on both. And I just hope that there's some balance there. But yeah, anyway, the game has been getting a lot of negative feedback and positive feedback, which is always a great thing. I just hope that they don't take a lot of it seriously. I hope they don't make the game easier. I hope they don't add the function where you can make a build for 80 hours. Here's what you do in Path of Exile 1. You play the game really hardcore for 80 hours so you don't have to play the game, if that makes any sense. Like, it gets to a point where you're so OP in that game, you're not even really playing the game. You're just wiping dungeons. And I mean, for me, it was fun for like a week or two, but after that, I was like, okay, like, I mean, what am I doing here? You know, I'm wiping entire dungeons in 2 minutes. Like, what is that? I feel like Path of Exile 2 brings this perfect balance of, like, you're powerful, but you still have a lot of work to do. And it's really interesting, you know, you see a lot of people complaining about the difficulty and I can't do this, you know, Warrior sucks. I've been playing Warrior. I'm a level 36 Warrior at the moment. I'm at the end of Act 2. I've just been farming the Dreadnought because I know I can't beat that boss yet. That's the thing. It's like these people are complaining like, oh, I can't, like, this game is too hard. Hey, step away for a minute, for an hour, just an hour. Go grind somewhere else that you've already been with a high enough monster level that will actually make a difference for you. And then get some new gear, upgrade some gear, get a few new passive skills, and come back. That's how the game is meant to be played. It's meant to punish you in some way so that you learn from that and get better. That's where that slow drip dopamine comes in. For me, at least. That's how I see it. But anyway, I'm hoping to do like an actual review. I just wanted to give my initial first impressions after playing around 40 hours of the game so far. Also, if you've made it this far in the video and you watched the stream on Friday, I really appreciate everybody stopping by. That was a lot of fun. Even though we didn't really get into the game, I think that was a great stream, and I'm actually planning a 12-hour stream, not next week, but probably the week after that. But anyway, sorry for the lack of content lately. You know, I do want to make more Path of Exile content. And as far as Bethesda content goes, there's not really any news besides Indiana Jones, and I'm not really interested in Indiana Jones. But anyway, hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.